everyone. Today we're going to read a story called Smitten. And this is a story about friendship and how true friendship makes the perfect pairs. Smitten is like sock and mitten together. This book is by David Gordon. Smitten. One cold afternoon, a mitten sat atop a fence post. "Sir," Mitten called out. A man bustled by with a basket, overflowing with laundry. "Something is falling out of your..." And there, on the ground, lay a single sock. Sock barely stood up before a bunch of school kids trampled right on top of him. "Are you okay?" Mitten yelled down.
"Oh, I'm used to being walked on," Sock said with a cheerful voice. "Hey, what are you doing up there all by yourself?"
"Well, I used to be part of a pair," Mitten said sadly, "and now
"I'm all alone and lost." "Wow," said Sock. "I guess I'm lost too." Mitten jumped off the fence post. "Without my right mitten," she said, "I'm just
the left." Sock was neither a left
nor a right, but he knew what she meant.
"We've got to find our other halves," he said.
And they set off through the park. Mitten covered her
nose. "What's wrong?"
Sock asked. "I hate to break it to you," said Mitten, "but you don't smell so good." All of a sudden, Mitten was caught.
Flipped and flung through the air. She landed right in the trash. "Hey, what are you doing in there?"
Sock called. Sock pushed and pulled until the garbage can fell over. Mitten tumbled out, brushed herself off, and grumbled.
Sock wrinkled his nose. "Now who doesn't smell
"Smell so good."
By now, Mitten was cold,
Dirty,
and downright
annoyed. They passed a grocery store and then a pet store. Sock stopped in front of a laundromat.
It was closed. But he had an idea. "Let's sneak in and get all clean." Mitten shrugged and followed him. "Wow,"
They both
whispered in awe. The shiny machines towered above them like skyscrapers. "Too bad we don't have
any money," Mitten
said. "Don't worry," said Sock.
He wiggled
Under a dryer. 4 quarters
shot out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sock emerged, smiling and covered with lint.
Mitten couldn't help but giggle at him.
"Mitten, the water is perfect. Come on in," Sock called as he bobbled in the bubbles. Even Mitten had to admit it looked pretty fun.
She tested the water.
And then eased herself into the warm, soapy suds. The two
Played, splashing each other.
until, ding, the wash cycle was done.
"We'd
"Better get dry," Mitten said, and she put a quarter in the dryer. They spun round and round. "Yippee!" Sock shouted. But when Sock stumbled out, he was not only very dizzy, but he had shrunk small enough to fit on a baby doll. "You should have told me you were wool," Mitten muttered. They made their way back out onto the sidewalk. Sock was so tiny that he fell behind. Look at her, she looks a little grouchy.
Suddenly, two dogs jumped out from the corner and grabbed him. They tugged and pulled and stretched Sock to 10 times his size. "Put down my friend!" yelled Mitten, charging back to the rescue. The dogs were so surprised, they dropped Sock and took off. "I don't feel so good," Sock moaned. "What would you do without me?" Mitten sighed and threw him over her shoulder. When Mitten couldn't see where she was going, and she walked right over a metal grate. She and Sock fell through the holes. Down they tumbled, thumb over heel, through the darkness, and landed on the subway tracks. Mitten started to cry. "Now I will never find my other half." "Don't worry, Mitten, we'll be all right," Sock said. "Oh, no, we won't," Mitten shouted, pointing at the giant lights bearing down on him. Here comes the subway train. The train zoomed over them, and one of Mitten's threads got caught on the undercarriage. She unraveled into one very, very long piece of yarn. "I don't feel so good," Mitten said. "Don't worry, Mitten. I'm right here," said Sock. He gently gathered her all up into a ball and hopped up the subway stairs. After a lot of searching, Sock finally found a knitting store and snuck in. He grabbed a set of knitting needles and a good how to knit book. "I'll fix you right up, Mitten." "This will never work," Mitten groaned, but Sock kept knitting through the night to put his friend back together again. The sun was rising by the time Mitten saw her reflection in the hot tub the next day. Sock wasn't the best knitter in the world, but despite all her new lumps and bumps, she still looked like a Mitten. "You did great, Sock," Mitten said. "Well, what are friends for?" Sock smiled. They walked to a department store window and looked inside. Every sock, mitten, and glove had a match. And they all looked so happy. But that's when Mitten realized something. After everything we have been through, I think we make the perfect pair. The two friends hugged, and from then on, they were smitten. Have a good day, everyone.